guys, my name is Namhle and welcome to our Financial Markets Literacy channel. So this week we're going to be continuing with our copy trading platform, which is looking into different strategy providers that are available and just looking into how they're performing and also what are the key factors or points that you would look at before choosing a strategy provider. It's not going to be too intense. We're going to try and at least simplify it as much as we possibly can. So at least when you go onto the platform and check the different strategy providers, you'll also be able to distinguish which ones are great performers and which ones obviously need a bit of time in the market before you can be confident in following them. And I'll also show you where you can click when you want to follow and how you can monitor them or where you would view them if you would like to monitor your strategy provider. So that is it that we're going to be covering today. And without wasting time, let's get into it. The first thing that you would look at, obviously, after having to click on copy trading, if you can't remember how to do that, you can go into the previous video. It's going to show you where to click. But after you've clicked on copy trading, you'll get a list of strategy providers. These are the list of strategy providers that are available. And at the top, we have obviously futures 1. And you can see under futures 1, it tells us what the performance is. And it also, which is at about today, just over 4,000% in performance. And then secondly, we've got Australian Super Fund. And all these ones that I'm making mention of right now are ones that are on my favorites. Obviously, when you go to strategies, you'll view the much longer list, which is over 400. I did make mention on how you add them on your favorites. So the ones that we're viewing currently are only the ones that are on my favorites after you have added them, obviously, from the list of strategies. So I'm going to go to one of them and just look deeper into how they've been performing, and also just check as well if maybe is there something else that I want to look at before deciding that I would like to follow them or not. Okay, so like I said, we've got their futures 1, then we have Australian Super Fund, then we have Panorama. So the ones that I will be looking at is a Panorama. So I'll just quickly, when you click on Panorama, it will open up all the data for Panorama so that you'll be able to see what else is there that you can view under the strategy provider. Okay, so right here we can see obviously that Panorama has got a performance of over 700%, and their strategy started around the 9th of September 2021. So we can tell that Panorama didn't just start yesterday or last month, that they've been around for quite some time. And we can see that his own funds are at $520. And all of this information, I'm seeing it right at the top where it says Panorama, and then it will tell you the all-time investment strategy and performance. And it also tells you the number of funds being copied by the followers in dollar value is over $273. And then we have got the copiers, which is the amount of copiers, how many traders are copying now. And we can see that the number is 1,432 up to date, obviously. And we're also looking at the strategy creation date, like I said, is the 9th of September 2021. Now, Panorama charges a performance fee of 30%. They don't charge management fee, neither do they charge a volume fee. So you can tell basically that they're only charging one thing over there, and that is only performance fee. Now, you also get to see the strategy description. Now, the strategy description will break down to you how this person got to come up with the strategy, so that at least you have an idea in terms of what made them come up with the strategy and what it basically is looking into. It will tell you, for example, just to read the first paragraph, it says my monthly profit target is 3 to 6%. You can already see that they have a target in mind when it comes to the strategy, and they also make mention the account balance and also the method of lots traded, or how many lots traded, so that you can at least see on average, can you afford the strategy, or is it a strategy that you can't afford? And we can also see right over there that he trades mainly euro dollar, and occasionally they trade other instruments as well. So he also makes mention of which instruments he trades, which is very, very, very informative. He says he occasionally trades the Euro GBP, and there you can see all the information or this description basically when it comes to this strategy. And then if you scroll further down, we're looking at the return on investment. Now, the return on investment is stipulated in percentages over 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, and also 1 year. And we're also looking at all time. So I'm not going to look at 1 month or 1 week or 3 months or anything like that. I'm going to click on all. So when you look at all, then you can see how the strategy has been performing since inception. That's obviously from the 21st of September since they've been live and up to date. There you can start making decisions to say that, okay, cool. I can see there's a bit of volatility. The strategy has been going up and down for quite some time. There's drawdowns, but also one thing that's also consistent is that it has been constantly on an upward trend. So as much as this guy has been going up and down, you can see that the momentum is constantly going on an upward trend. So you can tell that they've been, even though they've been around for quite some time, they do make mistakes, not mistakes, they do get trades wrong in the market. It's not always just all green, and it doesn't always constantly go up. So that way you can tell that the markets also are volatile, and this will give you some form of clarity in terms of what you could expect as well in future when you start trading with your personal funds. So then you also get the conditions that this account is trading under. So before we go to that, you can also see the currency of which the account denomination. There you can see it's in USD, and the leverage that they're trading under is 1:500. So it's very, very key and important. For example, if you are trading or you're following this particular strategy, it's very key that you also probably look more or less at the same or at a similar leverage than the one that they are using, so that you're not far off when it comes to the risk that is being taken on those trades. So if, for example, you're taking leverage that is much less than that, obviously your margin requirement might be slightly, not might be, will be slightly different to what the strategy provider's margin requirement will be. So those are things that you need to take into consideration. And then we can see the conditions there. It says the minimum investment is about $100. Performance fee, we've already touched that. Management fee, we've touched. And volumes, we've already touched as well. So it gives you a breakdown basically on what is going on this strategy. And then one of my personal favorites, which is obviously breaking it even further, it shows you in dollar value how the strategy has been performing. So if you check under summary, it tells you your net profit, it's $309. Pips, it tells us that it's over 5,000 pips that have been traded. The profit factor is 2.28, percentage profitability is 79%, maximum balance drawdown is 7.41%. So you need to know what the maximum drawdown has been, because then it gives to show, or it goes to show rather, how far the strategy can go when it does go down. So you're not only looking at the upward, you're also looking at the downward. That way you'll be able to position yourself very well when it comes to taking or setting your stop losses and your take profits. If you can see that the maximum drawdown can go as low as or as high as 7% or just over 7%, then at least you know that way you can position yourself and be ready for such drawdowns. And also another highlight is that as much as they have had deposits, they have also had withdrawals. So it shows you that this person, when they are profitable, they're actually taking their money out. They're not just trading constantly and not taking any profits. So you can tell as well, it's a give and take on the account. It's not just give, give, give and no taking at all. So that shows a bit of balance as well, to show that at least there's a bit of trading activity going on. Shows us the starting balance and the current balance. So the starting balance was $3 and the current balance is $502. At least that way we're able to see as well how far this person has grown with this account, and that will give you an idea as well how far are they willing to go as well when it comes to not only investing into their account, but as well as growing their account. Obviously, then we get to look at the trades that they've taken. It breaks down all the number of trades, which is the total trades that they've taken, total winnings in number and in percentage, the winning trades, the long, which ones were long, which ones were short, and then the losing trades, how many they are and in percentage, and which ones were short and which ones were long. Again, another breakdown whereby if you are really someone who likes paying attention to detail, then you'll be able to view those statistics as well. It's very attractive to see that at least they have about, compared to the losing trades, which is 20%, the winning trades is 79%. So at least we can tell that this person has more winning trades than they do losing trades, which is also another sort of like a selling point. More especially if you are a strategy provider, it's very nice because there's so much clarity for you to make a decision on. You're not just going in blindly to say, okay, cool, I just like the name and let me just follow this person, but you can base all your information, or rather your decision, based on statistics and real-time performance as well. Okay, now just to continue and further go down on what else you can view. I'm not going to go into volumes because that's just the volumes traded, but I want to break down maybe the currencies that they get to follow as well. So it shows the list of currencies that they get to follow. For example, what percentage is allocated. Remember in the beginning when we were looking at the description, Panorama did make mention that they trade the euro dollar and they occasionally trade GBP USD. So this will give us a breakdown in terms of what percentage is allocated to the euro dollar. And there is a very lovely pie chart that shows us all these statistics, and we can view them obviously and list all these instruments that they are trading. And it will tell us, for example, for 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, but what we're looking at is all time. So we're looking at the volume allocation in all time. There we can see the euro dollar, they trade about, in terms of volume, it will tell us volume percentage is about 75%, euro GBP is 15%, gold is 5%, and then Australian dollar and NZD, New Zealand dollar, is about 1%. So all symbols obviously combined together equates to 100%. So I like that personally, because then if you're not someone who's looking at trading or being exposed to Forex, then you can choose to say you don't want to particularly follow this strategy. But then if you're someone who wants to, more especially want to follow these instruments like such as the euro dollar, and then at least that will also give you a bit of a breakdown to show you exactly how much is allocated towards the euro dollar. Okay, so that is it for today. Breaking down and looking into a strategy provider. Hopefully you found this very useful and you'll be able to share it with your world. So don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe on this video. Like I say, thank you so much for joining me, and we will continue again next week, breaking down the strategy provider and how you can monitor them before you go and follow. So thank you, take care, and be blessed. Bye.